Okay, so today we're starting the new topic, expanding and factorising, and which is going to be using algebraic expressions. So we're going to look at a few terms. So the first one we're going to look at is using pronumerals. So if we look at a pronumeral, is a letter or a symbol which stands for a number. So in the example there, we can see that for x, so x is the pronumeral, so it's a letter used to represent something. Okay, so then we can also have another term we can have is the expression. So expression is a group of terms which is separated by a plus or minus sign. So we can see that we have an expression here. So if we have a look, we have a couple of pronumerals. So x is a pronumeral, and also we've got y. So we've got a couple of things. So when we have a number in front of a pronumeral, that's known as the coefficient. So there's a coefficient there. And also we have -3 is also a coefficient. Okay, if we're talking about a constant doesn't have any pronumerals, so it doesn't have a letter. So here, this one's the number 2 is a constant. Okay, so each of these individual things are is known as a term. So we can see their terms. So if we have a trinomial, which is like in our example, we have 3 terms. So we have, an example of a trinomial would be the 5x, 2y plus 3. I'm just making this up. A binomial, we might just see 2, so we might have 2y plus 8. And a monomial is just 1, so we might just have, 2x or something. So, and we just call any expression that has a few terms a polynomial. Okay, so we're going to have a look at this expression 6x minus 3xy plus z plus 2 plus x squared z plus y squared over 7. And they want us to determine a few things. So first, the number of terms. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 terms in this expression. The coefficient, so the coefficient is the number of the second term, so that would be here, 3. The coefficient of the last term, so that's the number in front. So y squared is the pronumeral, but really we can think about the number in front of it is actually 1/7, because if you times that out, you get y squared over 7. So the coefficient, the number in front of that letter, is 1/7. Now the constant term, that's the term without any letters, so that's there. So we have is 2, and the term with the smallest coefficient. So the coefficient is the number in front of. Now we've got a couple because z has a 1 in front of it, and so does x squared z. So we might just say both of them have the smallest coefficient. Okay, and the coefficient of x squared z, well, we already worked that out. When there's no number, it's assumed a 1 is there. Okay, the process where we evaluate an expression by replacing the pronumeral with a known value is called substitution. So here we've been told that if x equals 4, they want me to find this term. Well, that would be 3 times 4 squared. So we've got 3 times 16, which equals 48. Okay, so here they've asked us to find minus x squared, so we're going to do minus 4 squared, so that will equal -16. Okay, and here, so we're just simply, when you're asked to substitute, you just put whatever they said the letter was, so it was 4, so we get the square root of 1, which is actually 1. Okay, so sometimes we use substitution when we've got formulas, and you would have probably been using these or doing this method anyway in some of your science. So here we've got an example, The formula for voltage in an electrical circuit can be found using the formula V equals IR, where I is current, R stands for resistance, and V is voltage. So it says calculate voltage if I equals 2, the current is 2 and the resistance is 10. So you write your formula out. So you've been doing substitution without even probably knowing it. So 2 times 10, so the voltage is 20 for this example. Okay, so here they might say calculate I. So if we write out the formula is IR, then substitute what they told me. Well, they said V was 300 and they said R was 600. Now, because I want to get the I by itself, I'm going to move this over an equal sign. So when I do that, it does the opposite. So I could get 300 divided by 600 equals I. Okay, so then we end up, you can simplify that. So I simples down to a half. Okay, easy.